Here they am. Santa's coming.
There we go. I hit the button a few times and it didn't change.
That's the power of Elgato Stream Deck.
Good morning.
Good morning. Oh, I'm coming.
Please don't knock the coffee all over me.
No. The way I get in
To the couch.
is I literally do that.
There you go.
I literally do that so I don't knock anything down.
Uh-huh.
That's what I do. Yeah, man. This product ain't working. Brought to you by Tide. Get the bloodstains out with Tide. Have you committed a murder? Tide. Anyway, hi. Yeah. It's Thursday. Like, oh my goodness. I looked at the TV and I was like, man, that TV blurry. And
Yeah, and I don't know where my glasses cleaner went. Like, did you move it again?
Again? Mm-hmm. That insinuates that I have ever touched your stuff.
You did.
When?
There was one time you had moved it to your desk.
Are you talking about that cloth?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the little tiny cloth.
Yes.
Which has never left this room.
Mm-hmm.
Ever.
Mm-hmm.
You make it sound like I took it on a trip. Like, you remember
well,
that
it wasn't
time?
right there.
You took. Also, there's something like. What is that? Hold on. That's better. All right, now we're good. Morning, everybody. Hey, I'm trying something new today. If anyone saw the October mail video I put out, well, saw it or saw the end of it, JJ and Ariel had sent a big old box of different foodstuffs. One of the things they sent was a little jar of cookie butter. The cookie butter was made from... It's basically made from... You know there's little cookies that they give you on the airplane? I don't know which one specifically
Delta.
It is. Is it Delta? You know, on the airplane they give you the little tiny cookies, and they're really good cookies. You're like, oh man, these are good cookies. Anyway, it's made from that. It's... Yeah, it's not specifically Biscoff. Like, it's not Biscoff brand, but it's like the same thing. It's made from that, and it says it's cappuccino flavored. Mm-hmm. And now I was like, are those cookies cappuccino flavored? And I was thinking about it. I was like, well, I guess they kind of are. Like, there's a hint of it, I suppose. Anyway, this is slathered in that cookie butter. Yes, speculoos. Is that what they're called? Is that how you pronounce that? I'm not sure. That's what it said on the jar. That's the brand of cookies that they use to make this. Ho, ho, ho. Ho, ho, ho. Also, hey, Car. Apparently Car knew what the cookies were. I've never heard of speculoos. I've heard of Biscoff, obviously, but not the other one. Anyway, I'm gonna give this a shot. I can tell you it smells very good.
Is it sweet?
That is really good. That is really good. Holy crap. Wow. Wow.
It's really tall.
Do you want to try this?
Yes.
I didn't check. I don't think there's peanuts in it. I didn't check. I didn't check for you. I was just eating it for me.
Well, it probably isn't. I'll look it up.
The jar's downstairs.
I know, but then I have to go downstairs.
I can't imagine that there would be, but, you know, double check. Just double check. Zinfo says, oh my god, do you get speculoos paste in the US? I thought it was just a Belgian thing. Well, this was from Canada. I mean, if we have it in the States...
You can get it at Trader Joe's.
You know.
Walmart has their version of it.
Do you want me to just go get the jar? Then I can show the jar.
Yeah.
Because you're looking up... It's going to take you a million years.
Yeah, you're right.
I would like you to be able to try this if you can, because it's... Oh god, it's very good.
Anyway. I decided to not have coffee this morning.
Because your stomach is a little rumbly?
No, I just wanted something cold. This is it.
Oof. Okay, I'm back in the saddle here.
Nouveau.
Yeah, well, French. It's got that because they're
Oh
French.
yeah, I can eat this.
Can you?
It may contain other tree nuts, but that's fine because I'm not allergic to tree nuts.
Okay.
And it says peanut free.
Oh, wonderful. Well then, this is the stuff. This is it. It's very good. It's very, very good. What do you think? It's very good. I mean, it's cookies. If you grind up cookies and spread them on toast, yeah, it's probably gonna taste good, and it does.
I did not like how I bit into that, and it just went all over my top teeth.
Oh well, yeah. Well, it's a consistency very similar to like peanut butter or cashew butter or something. Mm-hmm. So you got to be like,
"Hi, buddy. Are you full?
Hi.
Are you full?
You a good boy?
Who got to eat twice already this morning?" Who needs to sleep off that full can of cat food?
I got up, turned on the heat, went into the kitchen because, you know, Kepler was up and moving, and I know that sometimes in the morning he gets antsy. And I get out of bed on time, Mallory never does. That's pertinent information for this next part.
I get here on time to stream.
I mean, you do. But there's occasions where I will feed Kepler on Tuesdays and Thursdays, even though it's historically been something Mal does. I'll end up feeding him because he gets really, like, antsy and he starts chewing on the curtains. And I'm like, okay, before that even happens, I'm going to feed him. So I fed him. I went back into the bedroom and I told Mal, I said, hey, I fed Kepler. And Mal said, okay. I came upstairs. I was setting up the stream. When I came downstairs, Mal said, you fed Kepler? And I said, uh-huh. She goes, I didn't know. I was like, oh no. And I turned around and Kepler was eating his second bowl of food in the span of like 20 minutes. And I was like, oh, he gonna be a big boy today. So you're feeling good. Hopefully what will happen is we'll just feed him less,
Hi.
because that's his wet food. So he literally got an entire can of wet food this morning. Hopefully what we'll do is...
Who's happy and full.
He'll just get less dry food.
Well, I walked into the kitchen and he's like, meow. And I was like, oh,
he's
buddy.
always like meow. He meows. He's a cat.
So I went and got a new can out. And I'm looking for the cover after I got his food ready. And I was like, huh, did we not feed him last night?
So when did you realize that it's not that we didn't feed him last night, it's that I had already fed him?
It was a few seconds after I saw it in the fridge and Like, it was first like, did we not feed him last night? Oh, he would have been much more vocal this morning yelling at us.
Uh-huh.
And, like, so Stephen must have fed him.
It's fine. You know.
He's very happy, though.
I bet. He's gonna be in stasis. He's not gonna be able to move. As long as he doesn't puke.
He hasn't puked.
I don't think he will.
It's only a 3-ounce can. It wasn't one of the big, like,
Yeah.
5-ounce ones.
It's really not that much food, so he'll probably be alright. Anyway. Oh, God. The one problem with this.
Hurt your teeth? Now you get to see if that Sensodyne toothpaste is doing anything.
Yeah, I know. I think I need to use more of it. Because the problem is, this is basically a paste of sweetness, so like it's hard to get it to not coat your teeth. So if you have any sensitivity to sugar, which I do, it's like, hey, it's punching you in the gums. Anyway, all right, let's read some alerts, because there's already quite a few. We had 16 months from Bardic Puppy. This is actually here for a breakfast stream for once. Well, at least for a half hour before my first meeting. If the office is closed because of snow, shouldn't we all get a delayed start?
My friend in, where does she live? West of New York City? Ish. A bit in west. She sent me a photo of her front yard this morning, and like, you can see the car in the driveway, but you can't see the tires. Like, it looks like a hill of snow. Like, that's how much snow she got.
Yeah, for those who are not aware, either not in the States or far enough away that they're not paying attention to this side of the country, there was a lot of snow.
It was a nor'easter, right?
I think so. Big old snowstorm.
I didn't look at which way it went, so.
Big old snowstorm that added a lot of snow to some of our northeastern states. Obviously not us. We're down south. We're good.
Sabi says getting 2 feet in Albany is still falling.
Gross. Hogarth's got 12 inches, 15 inches.
Jaboka, 15.
Yeah.
Hogarth said sideways, Mel. It went sideways.
Ryan says still snowing here in Connecticut. Yeah. Very suddenly, you know, it's probably obvious to everyone, I would assume, but suddenly getting like 12 inches of snow, it's not ideal.
Yeah. That was like snow day weather in Wisconsin. Like, if you got over 12 inches, that was a snow day.
Mm-hmm.
Which didn't happen all that often, to get that much at once.
So,
there was a cool map I saw a few years ago that was like, how much snow does it take to cancel school?
oh, for different parts of the country?
Yeah.
Well, I bet ours was interesting.
Ours was like any.
Yeah.
Because we don't have plows or salt trucks.
Yeah. We canceled school here if we thought it would snow.
Yeah.
You know, if the weatherman was like, yeah, there could be flurries, everyone's like, it's done. Oh my God.
There might be flurries. Quick, go get all the bread, milk, and eggs from the store.
That kid screaming is actually the same energy as any southerner when they find out it's going to snow. Accurate. Both in some level of excitement because it's going to snow here, and also like fear, like it's going to snow here. We, as Mao said, we must go buy all of the bread, milk, and eggs. As if we're going to be snowed in.
Yeah, like it's going to last longer than morning.
The snow will be gone by the time you get home. Mm-hmm. Jill says, I moved to San Diego so that I may never see snow again. That's what my parents did. My mom's from Maryland and my dad's from West Virginia. And, they escaped the snow. My mom likes the look of snow. And snow's beautiful. But she always hated dealing with it. She always hated driving in it. So they moved here and had me. And I was like, that's not a bad idea. And, like, I think it's pretty. And I don't mind visiting places with snow, but it's not a thing I would like to regularly deal with. No matter what happens, no matter where I wind up in the future, I'd really like snow to continue to be a rarity if possible. Chaz said, you said they moved here and had you like you're a magical anti-snow demon.
Just wait, Chaz, you'll see.
You don't... First off, you can't prove that I'm not. 30 bits from Ann, who says, maple pecan muffins on the stove, tea on the pot, 10 inches of snow on the ground, and no need to go anywhere. Quarantine isn't bad. Happy Thursday. Maple pecan muffins sound good.
Yeah. Kitty cat.
Also...
Carly.
When we can. When we can. Not necessarily while there's snow there, but when we can. What I was going to say is there's going to be so many people in the alerts that are talking about the snow.
Yeah.
Because, of course, it's like overnight.
Will
just
you call him?
Boom, snow. I think he wants on his chair.
Yeah.
Why would I call him? He's on a journey.
I'll be back. I need to grab something else to eat.
Okay. You good? He's looking at you like, where are you going? He's wondering if he can get fed a third time. Go ask. She might have forgotten by now. She might open up another can. Oops, all wet. 27 months from Squid. He says 27 months. Woo! I woke up this morning to see we got 2 to 3 feet of snow in less than a day. Like I said, this is gonna be a normal thing, I think, on alerts today. But also, it's a big snowstorm, and it's a lot of snow in a short period of time. There's been a few times, this is me adding like where we live into the mix. There's been a few times in the last few weeks where we've been kind of close to getting some level of snow, because there's a few times where it's gotten cold enough, but it's happened in between precipitation. So like there's been rain, and then it's like, oh, it's going to get cold, but the precipitation stops. So like it hasn't worked out perfectly. There's a chance that we won't see it because we rarely do, but it could happen. It could. We got 9 months from Ice and Fire 2114. It's triple plus, thank you. 8 months from Summer Sencha, who says, 8 months, I finally finished all my Christmas shopping, so now I can just spend the rest of my vacation at home in peace, hoping everyone will be able to get some well-deserved rest and have a happy holiday. Good vibes. Nice. Yeah, as a reminder, what is it? Is today 17th? Yeah, 8 days then. 8 days. Referring to time in the span of like 1 week makes things feel closer to me. So if I just say Christmas Eve is 1 week from today, that makes it feel closer. So, yeah, Christmas Eve is in 1 week. And that's exciting. That's exciting. I hope everyone has their Christmas shopping done by now. If you don't, well, you did your best. It's fine. 30 bits from Jodre says, reply to Flute, twin of Josh, Jodre, we've done it. Did I just read, like, it looks like I read, like, text-to-speech for operating Twitch. Also, this is kind of appropriate, because I just read the alert that talked about muffins. I like it. 500 bits from Smashing Crossing with the George Wonk Star Rain. Thank you. 5 months from Plusonic. 5 months already. Today I want to give a happy birthday to my wonderful sister. Finally, Merry Christmas to Stephen Mao in chat. Let's make 2021 a fantastic year. I'm game. Happy birthday to your sister. As folks here would say, herf. And yeah, I'm looking forward to next year. I really am. 2020, for all of the bumps that it has had, and there have been some pretty big bumps, we would probably call them hills or mountains. There's been some good that has come of it. I mean, just at least speaking for me, because I've gotten, I mean, obviously I got Fallout done, which has been really, really exciting for me. And then the other part of that is just... I wish I could say that this was the year of Nintendo 64. The other thing is just like working on the 2018 vlogs and making some really good progress. It's been exciting to see. And you know, I have the I think I only have one left to release from March 2018, and then we're down to 2 months, 61 videos. Oh yeah, and yeah, there's been a bunch of other good. That's not the full extent of good things. That's not the full extent of good things. Yes, we did raise $131,000 for Extra Life, which was really exciting. And the event was just good. It also, you know, was good in the sense that we had not seen people. They had not been around us in our home for months and months and months. So getting a chance to be around Dan and Lindsay and Chaz and Jeff was just extremely meaningful. And then earlier in the year, in I think May, we did TRG Coliseum, and I don't even remember what the total was there, but it was a lot. So yeah, there's, you know, there's plenty of things that you can point to, probably every month or two, throughout, you know, throughout the year that, yeah, there was good. Was there bad? Sure. Was there heartache? Absolutely. But there's been some good. Yeah, TRG Collar was definitely over 200K, right? 230, 231. That seems about right. Also, man, yeah, Extra Life did good. Good job, everyone. Hey, we got 12 months from Poke Soulmaster. He says, I haven't been able to make it in a while, but apparently I reached a year on my sub. Thanks, both of you, for so many years of good content. Well, thank you. I'm glad that you've continued to enjoy it. You can hear Mal getting herself a snack. 8 months from Hograth, who says, me in bed on my phone. I don't want to get out of bed. Breakfast stream notification appears. I can get out of bed now. I'm glad it's a reason to get up. I'm happy for that. Like, it's you know, it's a reason for us to get up too. And sometimes it's a little difficult. We ended up being up just a little bit late last night. So getting up this morning was a little bit harder than some of the others, but it's like, no, I want to get started on my day. Welcome back.
Thanks.
Oh my goodness.
What?
The Cracklin' Oat Bran.
Cracklin' Oat Bran.
I can't believe you haven't finished that yet.
I've been using it when I sometimes make smoothies, but I haven't made a smoothie in a while.
Yeah, I don't know how many months ago we got that. Mao had been craving Cracklin' Oat Bran. We probably had, we probably had talked about it on Breakfast Stream. Anyway, Mal still has it. Yeah, I wanted the same thing. Queen Steve said, isn't it stale? Is it stale or is it still? It's probably not as fresh as it could have been, right? It's been a while.
They're fun.
You've had ample opportunity to eat it. We've had milk, and I've actually had multiple cereals I've gone through. How often does Kep mistake it for treats? It stays in the pantry. When Mal gets it out, she either eats it quietly to herself or usually in a bowl. Usually a bowl of milk. And Kep doesn't really go for milk, so fortunately. We got 3 and a bit from Queen Steve with the 5-up L star rating. And then 666 bits from Aldo says, on Tuesday I asked for the vibes because of an interview, and yesterday I found out I got the job! So celebrating with the traditional Christmas machine gun.
Congratulations!
Congrats! Nice. Man, at some point I'm gonna have to go back and like figure out what the ratio here is of like people asking for good vibes and then landing the job, because it's starting to get ridiculous. But I'm happy. I'm very happy for you. I hope you enjoy the job. We got 25 months from Quack Team James, who says, morning grandparents. Wow, 5 squared months. What a mathematically significant month. Also sad to hear about the restaurant closing near you guys, Mal. Thanks for replying to my comment. Love you both. Oh, was that Ori's? Yeah. Man, yeah, that was in 2018, and I'm actually still sad about that. because
Yeah,
that was a really good place to eat.
We drive past there a bit.
Actually, I'm sure we've said it in the vlog at some point, but like they closed down, you know, right at the end of March in 2018. It was later in 2018 where we had the flood.
Was that Hurricane Florence, or was there one after Florence?
I don't remember, but it was that year. It was a few months later.
Yeah.
That building flooded.
Mm-hmm.
And it was kind of a weird thing because it was like, oh snap, they got out just in time because like they sold the business. Mm-hmm. And a few months later, like, whole business was ruined.
Whenever we would eat there, they had a photo album up in the restaurant that you could just go look through from when Floyd came through in 95. And you could see where the water got, and it was like, wow, that was crazy. The water got into their parking lot, because they're kind of up in the middle of the swamp. Mm-hmm. And, like, when Florence came through, they would have been underwater. Will's here. Will knows. Mm-hmm. Will, we're talking about Ori's.
Wow.
And I think Will was the one we talked about. He talked to, and he said that it was a family-owned business, that they had some other property that they sold for quite a bit of money.
Yeah.
So they didn't need to keep the restaurant open anymore, so they closed it.
Yeah. So it's...
Mitzi says, is there a new restaurant there now? No, it's still empty. Oh, that's what they owned? Oh, yeah. I bet the school wanted to pick that up.
Yeah, water dangerous?
10 a.m. Santa's coming in.
Water dangerous. Sometimes you're, just sitting there and you're like, everything normal. And then a few days later, there's
2 feet of water.
Which is extremely destructive. Where were we? 27 months from CK14500. Calvin, who says 27 months. Good morning, grandparents. Hope all is well. Yes, it's early for me as I'm on my way to work. Have a good stream. Well, thank you. Thank you. And we've been very much enjoying opening the advent calendar box every day. It's been a little something to look forward to. So, thanks to you and Vic both. We get 300 bits from Shy, who says, all right, troops, steel yourselves. Today's the day we all knew was coming. Today's the day that we kill Louis. Hope folks have been enjoying Pikmin. The one that came out yesterday was the one where it's just the puzzle. It was a hard puzzle.
10 a.m. Santa's coming in.
It was a very hard puzzle. Anyway, if you haven't seen it, I won't talk about it, so you can get a chance to watch it. But man, it's I actually just titled it "It's Fine." Oh no! If you wanted a normal morning, well, you're out of luck, because now I'm gonna sing about a Sunday with gooey duck. You know that they are stringy and they're slimy, yes, it's true. But I have prepared a gooey duck sundae just for you. Gooey duck sundae. Would you put like whipped cream on that? Does that go well with clam? Also, this is not a gooey duck. This is actually delicious. But do I have, do I have anything that resembles that right this second? Not really. Not really. It's real. Brandon says, hope you're all enjoying breakfast. Because there's like not a good way to have ample level of like monitor. Sometimes if I sing too loud, I lose my place in the song. Because then I can't hear the music. It's fine. That was 6,000 for Mr. Incredible Nooblord. It says, here's a little throwback sing about gooey duck sundaes. I haven't thought about gooey duck in a long time. And now I am. So that's exciting. 301 bits from Hograth with the Jules Cry. RD. Okay, like a reindeer. Jules leads the sleigh. Oh man, you could also use sleigh when you're talking about
SLAY?
Yeah, like you could do that as like a music term. Like a metal term. So that's actually appropriate. Thank you, Hogarth. 11 months from Twilight Cat.
Well, it's too early to talk about the Forbidden Ocean hot dog.
Yeah, slay that guitar. So yeah, that's not a thing I made up. That's like a real thing. Sometimes my brain only has like the pieces of the puzzle and they're not together. So sometimes my brain is putting together the puzzle pieces, and by the time I'm done, it realizes they're from different puzzles. Steven, you've never been wrong ever, don't worry. Oh, that's a big stretch. Have you met my wife? She knows all about all the things that I've messed up.
Chaz does too.
Yeah, Between Chaz and Mal, I'm sure there's plenty of times that they'll be like, Steven. It's true. I've got a bunch of puzzles upstairs. And, you know, I'm putting them together at any given point. And sometimes halfway through, I'm like, oh, these are, you know, these are from different puzzles.
Jules says Chaz has never been wrong ever. Don't worry.
That one's true.
That's true.
That's actually true.
I can be wrong, but Chaz is never wrong.
Thank you, Chaz. We get 11 months from Twilight Cat. He says, good morning, grandparents. I have to take my kitty to the vet to get him neutered this morning, but that means I'm awake at 7 a.m. on a Thursday, and so I am here. Well, good morning.
Yeah.
And hopefully your kitty, I hope everything goes well with the kitty. I don't know if it'll be a great day for the kitty,
yeah.
But hopefully, you know, all the recovery process and everything goes just fine. 21 months from Waffle7272 says, lit fam. This, I'm going to use this in a sentence.
Oh no.
This cookie butter spread is lit, comma, fam. That means that that means that it's cool. Lit means something is like of good nature, like it's a interesting thing, and then fam is what you say to like a group of close individuals. Will said, cancel lit, it's over now. Yeah, I just, you know, I'm trying
Dab on the cookie butter.
There you go. I've learned a lot. 7 months from Xenopus. This is first time subscribing myself after being given many gift subs by this lovely community in the past. Aw, that's awesome. Well, that's a long streak too, getting 6 months just from gift subs. Anyway, happy to have you. Thank you, Xenopus. 234 bits from Aldo, appreciate it. And 500 from Santiago98 says, hey guys, so I just want to tell y'all, you did something really weird in one of your recent episodes of Pikmin. Somehow, Steven managed to spicy spray some of Mal's Pikmin through rock while fighting a mini-boss. Did y'all notice this?
No.
No, absolutely not. Listen, we're so focused on, like, don't die, that we're not going to notice the little intricacies of the things that are weird. So we need all of you to pay extra close attention for us, because the only thing we're going to remember is how many Pikmin died. That's all we're going to remember. And there's some episodes where we really thought people would die and we don't have any losses. And there's some episodes where we're like, it'll be fine.
Yeah,
and there are dozens. I don't think we're to the episode. There's definitely an episode coming up that I remember where, like, we lose several dozen. And it's like, it's through negligence, but also it was like, okay. I was like, they needed to die. It was relevant to the cause. It's fine. We did our best. We did our best, and, you know, it's fine. It'll probably be entertaining. That's all that matters. 300 bits from Jaboko. It says, spent practically all night watching the snowfall and playing Animal Crossing. 10 out of 10 night. Still snowing here, by the way. Oh, that's cool.
I do miss having a good snowstorm. Like, once.
Yes, everyone, Billy's fine. He's okay. I think that if you had snow, you didn't have anywhere you had to be, and even more so if you didn't have any work to do at home. Like, if you could just totally relax, I think that'd be really relaxing. Like, just chill inside. You got the blinds up so you can see the snow falling.
That was a really cool thing about my dad's Wisconsin house, because it's over the lake, and you can just see, because it's on a hillside and you can see all over.
Yeah, so Jules said the quietness of the outside.
Yeah.
And Will said power state. Yeah, that's also... I mean, there's something to be said about, like, candlelight and, you know, being inside during like a storm, but that wears out its welcome real quick. Like, I remember being a kid and thinking that it was kind of exciting during like hurricane season if the power would go out, be like, ooh, we all get to sit around in the candlelight. And like, yeah, that's kind of fun if it goes on for a few hours and that's it. It's not fun when you go to bed and you wake up the next morning and it's like, there's no power. And you're like, oh. And then everything starts, and it's like everything in the fridge is gone. And you're like, oh. Yeah, and it's hot. Yeah, that's the other part, which is not good. I guess you don't need the power to go out to use candles. Like, you just turn the lights off and use candles. But, I don't do that.
There was one time I was in high school, maybe freshman, sophomore year.
Yeah.
And we had an ice storm, a real bad ice storm, and it knocked the power out at school. And I remember sitting in English class, freshman year, and power went out, and they were like, oh, it'll be fine. And it was on, like, it took an hour for them to get the power back on. So we all just sat in the dark for, like, an hour.
I mean...
And, like, this is before people regularly had cell phones, because it would have been, like, 2002.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, every 5 lights was on in the hallway, so all the teachers had their doors open, so we would have, like, some light. Because I had an interior room with no windows, so it was super dark in there. And they were like, okay, well, the power's back on now an hour later. We'll continue with our school day. And, like, the power would go out for 30 minutes and then come back on. And, like, that was the whole day. And then it got to be, like, 1:40 in the afternoon, and school let out at 3. And they're like, okay, we're gonna call school off, go home. Of course, nothing got done all day because the power kept going out.
Apondo said, anyone ever have a week-long outage? I did. So those have been here. I don't think I personally have ever dealt with a week, but there's been, different neighborhoods and stuff around that have absolutely dealt with that during hurricane season. One of the longest stretches I think we went without power was actually during Matthew, when we didn't have power for like 3 or 4 days. You remember that?
Yeah.
I remember it was a big deal.
We went and showered at Thomas's house.
Yeah. It was when Thomas was still living in Myrtle Beach, and we actually went there to shower just because there was no power. And, like, our phones were dead, and we just went there to, like, charge our phones. That was a mess. That was also whenever we went to go pick up my parents, and then we went to Waffle House.
And there was limited menu.
Waffle House was the only restaurant open, and they were serving all of their food with, like, camp stoves.
Mm-hmm.
I don't miss
Jeff
that.
says, solar chargers. Jeff, we got one. We got a weather radio that has a crank charge and a solar charge.
Yeah.
We got one after that.
We're a little more prepared for stuff. And you would think that I would be prepared because I grew up here and I've dealt with this so many times. But I wasn't. And I remember Thomas was really surprised too. Thomas was like, how do you... Because, like, even when we were preparing for the storm, like, I didn't buy food. I was like, it'll be fine.
We went with Lindsay to get food, and I got food, and Lindsay picked out food, and you were like, it'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
And then the power went out.
In my defense, in my defense, the whole thing was that Matthew was a Cat 1, and I was just not concerned. I was like, I'm just not concerned. Like, this is going to be something that, we might lose power for a day, and then it'll be fine. And, as Will said, the problem with Matthew is that Cat 1 was irrelevant to the whole story. It slowed down on landfall, and it just dumped so much water, and we ended up losing power for days. So that was a learning experience for me, because, like, at a Cat 1, I was like, I don't give a crap, it'll be fine, it'll move on, then we'll be good. And that was wrong. I was very wrong. So earlier when Jules was like, you've never been wrong. Incorrect. I've been wrong once, and that was it. Maybe other times. We don't know yet. So.
Which is why Cat 1s can be an issue.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's, the destructive nature of a Cat 1 from the wind side is it's not going to be an issue. But the water can, and, I learned that. Also, that was also where the terrible flooding was, which ended up destroying a ton of property. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to buy more potato chips next time we have a hurricane, even if it's like, just a little thing. I love that. Will said, my internet went out right when I started my stream last night. The IT guy at HTC helped me get it fixed, and I got him to follow me on Twitch during the call. Do you remember? Do you remember when we were doing breakfast stream?
In the middle of breakfast stream when HTC came over.
Yeah. The IT guy showed up at the house during the stream and like needed to come in and work, and like we didn't tell him that we were alive. We were just like, it's fine. So like he's like in the house.
He wasn't in the room on camera. He was.
I know, but it was funny. Yeah, Brandon was like, everyone was activating Raisin Toast. So it kept playing the Raisin Toast song from the television nonstop while he was in there. And I'm like, this guy's gonna think like we're crazy. He's gonna leave. You know, they never figured that out, by the way.
Yeah.
The what's it called? Ingress. Mm-hmm. The Ingress issue, where we used to live, never figured it out. So we moved. 8 months from Marisart, who says, haven't gotten snow/ice here for years. The closest thing we have to a flurry is a McFlurry. Also 8 months. Woo! Sorry, it just reminded me I haven't had a McFlurry since I think they debuted. I don't think I've ever had a McFlurry more than once.
We just would go and get Blizzards at Dairy Queen.
I don't think I've ever had a Blizzard. If I have, it's maybe one time.
Or Concretes from Culver's.
My frozen drink vice is the what do they call the thing from Wendy's? Frosty.
Frosty.
Yeah. Oh, Frosty. Yeah, from the time I was a child, I got those, and even now, if we go to a Wendy's, and I feel like I have enough time to like eat. Like if I'm driving, I won't get one, but like if I can sit in the car and eat it, I'll get like at least a little tiny one. That's good. Anyway, 8 months from Ziasarn says, "Hey, 8 months. Soon you'll see me ascend, the average subscriber. Y'all been a pretty big part these past 8 months, and I'm all happy for it. Thank you. Happy to have you, Ziasarn. Happy to help people get through this bizarre year, to be honest." Yeah. We got 27 months from Randy B. 213. Good morning, grandparents. Tomorrow, a bowl of delicious hot grits. I'm expecting the IT guy to ring the doorbell now. We had 27 months from Randy, who says, "Good morning, grandparents. Tomorrow marks the 4th anniversary for my husband and I.
Congratulations.
Hope you and Mal are doing well and drinking up that cocoa." Well, congrats. 4 years is a long time. It passes very quickly, I find. But it's still, I think every year is a milestone when you're with someone. Mal and I were just talking about the fact that we're, that next year, we are less than a year away from celebrating our 10th wedding anniversary. And I just can't believe it. I'm like, I can remember celebrating, 3 and 4, and it just goes by really quick. So.
Hi, sweet boy.
It's fun. That Waffle House alert, by the way, was 1,500 bits from Mr. Incredible Noob Lord, who said, "Did someone say Raisin Toast?" Thank you, Noob Lord. Oh, nice. Will's parents celebrated 30th last week. That's a long time. My parents celebrated.
That's my foot you're touching.
I'm trying to remember. They're a little bit further. I'm not sure now the exact number. Are they at 36? I think. Maybe 36? I'm not sure. Hey, it's Peggy. Also, Hograd VT with the 2033 bits says, "Has Peggy been Christmas-fied yet?" She has. She's bringing the Christmas cheer. She's dragging the other reindeer because she moves much faster than them. Hope we get a chance to Someday we'll play Amazing Island again. Make more terrible creatures. Ogra, thank you. Appreciate it. We got 3 months from a good way game Leet, who says it was minus 30 over in Ottawa.
Ooh.
Oh God. It was bad, but not that much snow, so not all bad. Well, that's good. That's very cold. That's very cold.
Yeah.
Gracious. Adriel says, I think 2014 was the cruise. So 2014 was 30, right? That was 30 and not 25. Or was that 25?
I don't remember.
Wait a minute. How old are my parents? I can't remember. Oh no. That means that they're either at 31 or 36. I don't remember. Spiffle says, you were older than 25 in 2014. Oh, that was... Okay, you're right. You're right. Yeah, okay. Thanks. That's... Good thinking. That means that was... They hit 30 then. They were 30 years at 2014. So this year that... Yeah, 36. So my original estimate was 36, right? So yeah, 36. Your first inclination is usually the right one. Because your brain is like, here is the fact... And then the minute that you take that fact and you're like, but brain, is this right? Your brain goes, maybe. Oh God, I don't know. But if you just let your brains, whatever your gut reaction is, it's usually what's up there. 36. Whew. 30 bits from Padawan Becca says, we got part of that nor'easter here in Beckley, and I'm hating it. I can't drive in the frozen wasteland. I'm originally from Florida. We moved here when I was a kid. Snow is my arch nemesis. I'm sorry, Becca. I guess, if you have to drive as carefully as possible. I mean, I'm in the same boat. I have zero experience driving snow. I've just never done it. And I can't gain any experience because on the rare occasions that we are in snow, Mal's like, let me drive. And I can't argue with her. She has experience driving in snow, so I have to be like, you're right. So I'm like, this is a skill I'm never going to possess. And that's a weird thing to come to terms with.
Maybe next time we're in Wisconsin for winter, we'll go to a parking lot.
Our car got the special button now.
Yeah, it does.
We have to. I feel like I should get a chance to drive the car in the snow because it has special button. It's got a special button. It's like I'm in the snow, and it has different types of snow for the buttons. We live at the beach, and it's got the snow buttons. What a wonderful feature on our car. Just saying, I would love to try it out. That'd be neat. Yeah, we get a chance to drive the car. We haven't done a lot of driving the car this year. That's fine. Hey, a lot of people asking for beans. Have these beans. Bean time. I still have a few hot beans. Thank you, Jules. I will take that as a compliment. Yeah, I love driving. It's literally one of my favorite activities. It was violently stolen from me this year.
Yeah.
Because there were so many places we were going to go.
Yeah.
And did not get a chance to. But that's okay. That's okay. What's so interesting is that, the last major road trip we took was only 2 years ago. And I had so little driving this year that I'm already like, I want to drive again. I want to go a place far away in the car. And, the last the last reindeer we haven't exiled. Who did that? That's from Siraj. There's 1,000 bits from Siraj. Says, I once drove in snow, a tiny 1.3 liter Mazda, and I got stuck in a large pothole leaving the service station in the UK and had a lorry man tow me out. Oh. I'm sorry to hear that. Go, little Mazda, go. I was gonna say the last bit of unexplored frontier for us, aside from doing something really extreme, driving to Canada, that's another thing entirely, is seeing the Great Plains states. I've talked about that before, and I want to do that, Mallory.
Starting in, like, Arkansas towards Washington?
Well, starting here, because this is where we live.
Well,
but yes,
yeah.
we drive. We basically would drive to Washington State.
Yeah.
I would love that. That'd be a lot of fun.
We could drive to see John.
Yeah, I guess if we're...
Are we allowed to take the Subaru into Canada?
Oh. I don't know. We might have to wait until we own that car. We do not currently own that car. So yeah, we may not be able to do that. I'm not sure what the specifications of the lease are. It depends. That being said, it'd be very easy to just be like, in a few years, we could do that. Do it anyway. Just say you got lost.
Crossed a border, don't know how it happens.
John doesn't live on the border. John lives, like, into Canada. That'd be a pretty big oopsie. We got lost, and we decided not to turn around. How are they gonna... there's ways. There's ways for them to find out. If anything happens... If anything happens where we got, like...
We do vlog every day of our life.
Yeah, the biggest evidence is just us against ourselves, which is not great. The other option, and we've done this for the other road trip that we did in 2014, is to fly somewhere and drive back. Just rent a car and drive back. Then we're not putting miles on our car. But also, the car's still new, so it doesn't matter if we put miles on it. It's fine. But then we don't have to drive twice.
Yeah.
But if there's two things we want to see, then we should drive twice, so... Yeah, I don't know. That would be, That would be a real...
A real Nintendo 64.
That'd be a real Nintendo 64, you know what I mean?
Will wants to see the Pacific Northwest. I would love to take Highway 1 from, like, Washington and go all the way down to, like, San Diego.
Yeah,
I would love to see Oregon because I've never seen it, and explore, like, their beaches because they have, like, the rocks and the big tide pools that we don't have.
There's a lot of stuff on the West Coast that I would like to see that I really haven't gotten a chance to. Yeah, I would love to see the Redwood. I'd love to go to San Fran with you since we've both been, but separately. I'd like to go. I'd like to see San Diego. Mm-hmm. I said that as Jules said that. Yeah. We could hang out with Jules. That would be fun. There's a lot of stuff on that side of the country I'd like to see.
Adrian says Key West. I would love to drive and take the bridge from, like, Miami to Key West.
I would, one of the things that I've wanted to do at whatever point I get a chance to drive on that side of the country is I would really like to stop at Cupertino and buy a Apple shirt from the
Cupertino Apple store?
From the headquarters, because they sell that stuff there, and I think it would be really cool to have, like, a shirt that's, like, from there. It's like whenever you go to, the Nintendo World store or the Nintendo New York store in New York, and you buy something and you're like, oh man, this is from here. Because I remember when we went, Dan got a Nintendo New York shirt, and I like that concept. I don't have to have, like, anything, like, big fancy as a memento from a place, but, like, getting a shirt and being like, oh, I got the shirt there. Like, I got like, a shirt I got in Japan. Like, that sort of thing is really interesting to me. I'm like, oh, this is from this place. Anyway, where was I? 500 bits from Line Rider. It says, hey, northeast.
Yeah.
It's because I've been saying nor'easter. Can you please share some snow with us Midwest folk? We've barely gotten any this year, and I'm worried about not having a white Christmas. If it snowed a lot here, I would literally get as excited as the kid in the alert. I hope you get a little bit of snow.
I know Carly had a bunch in October.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it stuck around, though.
I guess not. We got 500 bits also from Mr. Gameboy says, so I'm just jumping in real quick to ask, but here on the VOD, how's your new phone case going? Do you like it? Do you dislike anything? I've really liked it. This is basically what I was looking for in a phone case. Could there be better ones out there? Possibly, but for my needs, this has been
how it has
wonderful.
The grips.
It's very inexpensive for what it is, in my opinion. So yeah, this is This is by Smartish, and it's called the Gripzilla. And I think it was less than $20, which is saying something because the spec that I bought originally was like $30. This is a better case. Objectively, it's an objectively better case, and it was like almost half the price. So, I like that. Anyway, if your idea of a case is for, being able to grip things, then there you go. It's good. It's got the little things.
And I've been using what's this called?
Jeff says, showing full notification contents without unlock. It's fine.
What's this called? MagSafe case? Right?
Yeah.
And it's so slippery. It is so slippery.
They make the MagSafe ones that aren't that, but yeah, that one is slick. If you're looking for something that's grippy, don't do that. Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, Jeff, I live and work at home, but yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I have not considered that. I might make that change. Remind me about that later. Post that in recording. Anyway, but yeah, the case itself, I like the case. It's good. We got 300 bits from A Lost Vagabond. It says, "Hi, grandparents. I've got stacked next few days with my life changing dramatically within the next month. Got a final tonight, Saturday, and Tuesday, and I'm on track to get my master's on the 16th next month. I'm also getting LASIK done tomorrow, so some good vibes are definitely welcome. Also, clown. Man, there's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah.
So first off, good vibes for LASIK. That's something obviously anytime you go in for like anything, there's always that level of nervousness, but like LASIK it's a tried and true thing. So that's not something you should really worry too much about.
Everyone I know who's gotten it has
raved about it. I mean, I've known several people that have done it. So enjoy, really. Good vibes, but also enjoy. And then, man, getting your master's less than a month away. That's exciting. That's really exciting. Yeah, you got a lot coming up. You got a lot changing, but it's good stuff. These are good changes. We also got 300 Bits Man who says, I will forever associate Cracklin' Oat Bran with crazed Steven screaming, "Carlos is an ice cream truck," and Mao feeding him a piece to calm him down. Oh yeah, that's when we added to the lore. I'm sure my friends love it whenever I'm like,
make up lore about them?
I make up lore about them, and it follows them around. That's why I try to be at least a little mindful about what I'm doing.
A little?
Well, a little.
You okay?
You know, not put them into like weird situations. It was like the day that we did disc only, and I stopped everything, and I was like, Tom. And Tom was like, yeah. And I was like, your persona would be, and like everyone's like, oh God, because they thought it was going to be something very bizarre, and I was like, no, it's I went with kitchen appliance. He was worried. But it was all okay. 300 bits from DC Racer. He says, can I get some packing vibes? I stayed up till 2 a.m. working on transport phenomena. And now I need energy to pack so I can leave at a reasonable time because of a 5-hour drive home. Well, good vibes. That's a long way. Hopefully everything goes well.
What's going on, Cappy?
Also, that reminds me again that I haven't driven 5 hours this year. The most I've driven was just 2 weeks after we got the car, when we drove to Charleston and back.
Twice.
Yeah, on 2 different occasions. That's the most I've driven, and that was right before
Yeah.
the pandemic was announced. Things were getting started, but the pandemic hadn't been declared yet. That was it. That was the most I've driven. 300 bits from Adrian, who says, fun thing, I think you all had this from a mailbag, but my local grocery store here in Maine was selling Dunkin' cereal. $2 a box, probably on sale to go through it faster. It actually tastes like a mocha latte, surprisingly enough. Yeah, actually I think Jay and Ariel, the same folks that sent us the cookie butter, I think they're the ones that sent us the Dunkin' cereal. And there were 2 of them, right, that we got? Because one was chocolate and one was like birthday cake.
Yeah.
The chocolate one was basically, or the birthday cake one was basically Kix. Mm-hmm. They looked like Kix too. And the chocolate one was, is there a chocolate Kix? Is that a thing?
I have no idea.
I'm not very familiar with cereals, actually. But if there's a chocolate Kix, it looked exactly like chocolate Kix. Kix, Bob Brown. Yeah, Jay's here. Chocolate and birthday cake. Yeah, those are the ones. Yeah.
Was Jay here when you showed the cookie butter?
I think so. We tried this morning, and it's delicious. I thought I had to refrigerate it, but then I looked on the thing, and it's like, do not refrigerate, and I was like, oh.
It probably gets super hard.
Oh, Jay said it's not. Yeah, you have to check the beginning of the VOD out, because I tried out this stuff, and it's really good. It's really good.
What?
Okay, yeah. Yeah, the one where I give my parents' Cruz's 30th wedding anniversary. So yeah, they're at 36.
Oh, we're done? Okay.
Again.
Okay, we can be done.
Whatever your gut reaction is, that's usually what you should go with. 300 bits from Xenopus, who says, speaking of snow, normally I would have been in Wisconsin right now, experiencing their winter as an exchange student at lacrosse.
Oh, lacrosse!
And then the world happened. I'll be going to Seoul next semester instead, which is cool, but sad I didn't get the chance to explore Mao's home turf. There's always the future. There's always the future.
Lacrosse is neat. They have the bluffs and the Mississippi River.
Have
I have not taken you to lacrosse.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think I've been...
If this is Wisconsin, lacrosse is like here.
Oh, this is practically Minnesota.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I actually haven't been there. I've gotten relatively familiar with some of Wisconsin. I actually feel like I could probably make my way around Appleton. Yeah. Without a map. I feel like I could, find my way around. But there's, there's still a lot to see. Still a lot to see. 500 bits from I Know How to Spell Calm, who says, good morning, grandparents. As my project has ended, I have to present my experiment results to the engineers. May I request good vibes?
Good vibes.
Good vibes. Because I presume that the engineers are going to, be very thorough. What's the word I'm looking for? They probably expect a lot because they're engineers. Engineers are different folks. I know a few engineers. They're at a level of thinking that that I am just frankly not. They can think through things critically and logically and very quickly. So
I like how all the Michigan folks in the chat were like, you guys do a mitten too in Wisconsin? When we do our mitten, we make sure you put the thumb out for Door County.
30 bits from Mr. Incredible Noob Lord. Not Nude Lord. I think I made that joke before. So I watched the 7-hour Breath of the Wild stream recently, and I thought the Gooey Duck Sundays was so great that it deserved another song. That's right, that was where that originated. When you say the phrase 7-hour Breath of the Wild stream, my first thought is that's not a real thing. That didn't happen. And then I'm like, no, that was a thing. That did happen. That was a particularly long one. Never challenged the chat. At least I hope everyone got to learn a little bit about cameras that night. I tried to teach. I think knowing the base level camera knowledge is important for everyone. It helps you take better photos. 26 months from Jason Jennings. Good morning, step-grandparents. Step-grandparents-in-law. 2033 times removed. Hope you both are well and enjoying those snacks. Have a Merry Christmas. We are. The other thing I want to try, and I probably will wait to get through this before I open it. That'd be smarter, but...
The cookies and cream
The
one?
cookies and cream spread. I'm excited to try that as well. I was a little more excited to try this one. This one spoke to me a little bit more, so I opened that one first. But at some point, we'll get to the other one. We also got 24 months from Lissa Little Bear. 2 years of crunch, soliciting for the patented breakfast stream good vibes. I have a doctor's appointment today that is going to be not great for me mentally, and hoping for some boost to get through it. Sending love to everyone. Well, sending love to you, Lissa. I hope things go as good as possible. You got chat behind you rooting for you.
What you doing, Kepper?
So I hope everything goes all right.
He is so out of it.
You know why? He ate twice.
Why?
He's in a food coma. There are seldom breakfast streams where he's this clearly dazed. I mean, they're sleeping
Christmas came early for Kepi, Renee said.
Like, there's sleeping and then there's whatever this is, where it's just like literally a stupor. I recorded Mario yesterday. It's clear I should have done that today. Because he's just, he wouldn't have bothered me at all. He's completely out of it. What a good boy. Bit some Shy says, alright, let's give this a shot. Hey fam, this stream is fire. The breakfast today looks lit, and the crowd this morning is straight gas. I feel like I need a shower after that. Is that a real phrase? Straight gas? Is that a... Did you make that up, or is that a thing that the children say? Because I have heard fam, and I have heard lit. I have never heard straight gas. That just sounds very funny to me, honestly. Yeah, Mr. Deathkill says, I associate gas with farts. Oh, I can't wait until the language evolves to a point where that's just what we say. This morning is straight farts. That's farts, fam. Neat. So, learning about all this, I know that there's an element of humor of hearing someone who's clearly not down with the kids using these words. But it's always interesting to me because, language does evolve. These things just come out of nowhere. And then they get adopted. And then at some point, we hit the wall where it's it's immediately uncool. Usually about the time I start saying it. But it's just, I don't know, it's fascinating. I really like learning about language and new slang and stuff like that. Will I use it? No. No, because I'm 31 years old. But it's still interesting to learn about. 25 months from Jennifer Jack says, hi, Stephen and Mal, just checking in, really enjoying Pikmin 3. Do you know if I can play the co-op mode online with someone, or do they have to be in person? Chat is probably collectively able to answer this. I'm pretty sure it's not online. I feel almost positive it's only local co-op. Can chat back me up on that? Because there's nothing in the menu that indicates to me that you'd be able to play online. When you click story mode, it doesn't bring up anything about that. It doesn't say, I don't think it says online anywhere on the menus, actually. Thursday says it's only in person. I think it's only local, not online, I don't think. Yeah. I'm not 100%, but I feel 99%. So I'm fairly certain you can't play it online. There's probably... You might be able to find that out on the Pikmin 3 page on Nintendo's website. But again, just from the menus, there's nothing that says online. When you start the campaign, there's nothing that comes up about online. It's only your local thing. So I'm going to say fairly definitively there is no online mode in Pikmin 3, which is a shame, honestly. Because they could have done it. I'm not gonna beat up Pikmin 3 too much because they added some stuff in a way that I thought was a fairly substantial addition. So, but it's a shame that there's not online mode. Will, nice.
Awesome.
Will finished the path to affiliate. Good work. That's really cool. For those who don't know, Will's been streaming here and there. He's actually been opening a lot of Pokemon. I know we did a raid last week or the week before.
Yeah, last week.
We almost never do breakfast stream raids, but I thought doing that little push would be fun and helpful, and apparently it was. So yeah, if you're into watching card packs get opened, that's what Will's been doing recently. Oh yeah, have you seen? Will, would it be alright if I shared that? It's a really good photo, but I want your permission before I share that. I think the chat would appreciate it. Because it's a good photo.
He says yes.
Okay, I'm gonna show people this photo. Save photo and then post it into the mod channel so they can post it. All right. It's a good promo photo. In the world of promo photos, it's good enough that I really feel like folks should see this. Will is in the Santa outfit, and he's got the tree and the Pokemon and the cards. I was pretty excited about it when I saw it. It was pretty good. It's a good photo. Light Rider says, "Paint me like one of your French Santas." It's very good. It's very, very good. Anyway, congrats on affiliate. 300 bits from Sam Stargazer, who says, Tuesday's breakfast stream inspired me to try eggnog for the first time. My first impression is that it's basically milk with extra sugar and cinnamon, and I liked it.
Good.
As always, hashtag Team Mal. Maybe it's time for me to try eggnog again, now that you've finished it and there is none to try. Well, next time. Oh, you don't have to buy more for my sake. Please don't. You're putting it on the list. Okay, fine. Well, when we pick up the next one, I'll give it a shot. Need bits from Sachi says, yesterday I got a gas bill and was worried it was going to be hefty. The bills come every 3 months, so it's always a bit of a pain in the wallet. So glad it wasn't that bad. Oh man, I'm going to tell a quick story, and I'm not going to identify who the person is, because it may be embarrassing for them, but the story is good. I recently was talking to a friend of mine who had moved a while back. When they moved, he had felt for certain that he put... Also, people are going to think that this is me. This isn't me. This is someone else. When he moved, he thought for sure that he had set up his electric for autopay. He hadn't. He had moved and he had kept the same electric company and had autopay on before. But he moved, set it up at the new location, thought autopay was on, had paperless on, and what happened was that the electric company wasn't getting paid, but we entered into the pandemic where they
decided not to cut power.
Yeah, so you were getting charged, but you didn't have to pay immediately, right? So they pushed it, and paperless was on. So you guys start to see where this is going. Long story short, he just found because he was getting emails about the bills, but it was like, oh, well, it's on autopay. I don't need to deal with this.
It was not, you haven't paid your bill. It was, your bill is ready to view.
He finally looked into this, realized very quickly that he had not paid the power bill at all in 9 or 10 months. And owed, obviously, a ton of money. and a ton of money in fees. And called the power company and was like, please have mercy on me. Is there anything you guys could do? Like, this is I had auto pay on at the last place. I thought for sure it was on here. And they were like, we'll see what we can do. No. So he owed like 10 months worth of power bills and fees for having not paid the power. He said it was not a great day. And I was like, I'm so sorry. Anyway, I'm not gonna say who that was, because it is a little embarrassing. But that being said, it's a good time to double check all your. If you have something on auto pay, just double check it. Just make sure. Just make sure. Anyway, 300 bits from Platinum Pikachu, who says, I feel like I've been getting carried away suggesting memorable moments recently. I blame Breath of the Wild and how good that series is. I made 5 separate suggestions on just the most recent episode alone. Hey, we appreciate it. If you're watching Breath of the Wild or any series and something stands out, please leave a comment on that video with a timestamp about what the moment is, because that is literally how memorable moments get made. It's something that we're obviously not thinking about right this second because Breath of the Wild is still active. But when Breath of the Wild finally ends, the only way memorable moments will exist is if people leave comments about where those moments are. Because we have a system that Chaz designed it, because of course he did. It goes through the comments, it finds the time codes, it pulls them into a spreadsheet, and that is what is given to Dan. So if people don't write something down, those moments will literally not exist. So, anytime you're watching anything on Stephen Plays, just throw a little comment down there. It'd be good. Oh, by the way, I need to mention this on the vlog soon. Don't forget that as we approach the end of 2020, there's also fan favorites. It's going to be a weird year. I'm aware. But if there's anything that happened on the vlog this year that you thought was interesting, funny, etc., make sure to put it in there's a link in the description of all the vlogs.
I was gonna say regarding bills.
Yeah.
Federal student loans are on forbearance right now.
Yep.
Is a federal mandate, and so some of my student loans are federal loans, and I got an email that was like, we noticed you've still been paying because there's no interest right now. I was like, well, I'll get ahead on this because I can make payments still, and then I don't have to pay as much interest. And they're like, we noticed you've still been paying during the pandemic. Do you want us to take you out of forbearance and
start paying interest? That's the most ridiculous thing.
I've been paying since they did this back in May or whatever, and it only goes till January, so it's one more month, and I'm like,
what a stupid. That's the sort of thing where you want to reach through the internet and choke somebody. Hey, we couldn't help but notice you haven't been paying interest because you don't have to. Would you like to? No. No, I would like to not do that. Okay. What a stupid question. Anyway. Good night, Jules. It's not, It's a stupid question. I don't know why they even bother asking.
Yeah, I know.
And yeah, like Will says, I'm sure they word it confusingly to get people. Because, it's not worded, would you like to pay interest? It's, would you like to take your loan out of forbearance? And if you didn't exactly know what that meant, then I guess, it could be like, oh, goodness, yeah, fix this. But yeah, it's not wonderful. Anyway, we got a sub from Halpondo. Hey, welcome. 24 months from Unbent Reagent. That's 2 years. 500 bits from Cybe, who says, can I get some good vibes? Because guess who has to walk to work later in a blizzard to shovel more snow at a deserted campus until midnight? It's me.
Oh.
That got progressively worse with every sentence. Cybe, I am sorry. Stay warm. I mean, I guess I don't have to tell you that. If you're walking to work in a blizzard to shovel more snow at a deserted campus until midnight, you know to stay warm. But, I mean, seriously, stay warm. And all of the best vibes to you. That does sound, it sounds like a long day. 1,000 Bits from Shy, who says, hello and welcome to the 9 o'clock news. Today's top story, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer dead at 55. He was last seen flying over Barcelona when he was ran into a flock of geese and a 747. Authorities reported that the reindeer in Spain was hit mainly by the plane. Walked into that one. 25 months from Old Ramen. Thank you. 4 months from Karate Eagle. Thank you. And then 12 months, A, from Ravendirk, who says 12 months, that's like 14 years in the before times. True. And then finally, Lessler, I'm caught up. Marisart gifted us up to Links1105. Thank you, Maris. Also, I wanted to, I got a text from my dad. I'll pull this up. This is relevant to our earlier conversation. Dad had said, when I was home in West Virginia, there was an ice storm that took out the power lines, and we were without power for 2 weeks. That's a long time. That's a long, long time. Folks probably don't know. My dad, when he was younger, when he had first got married to my mom, he had a pretty dangerous job. He worked for the power company, and he had to get up on catwalks way up in the air and do all sorts of crazy stuff during like blizzards and snowstorms. He said it was super dangerous, and he was like, it paid well. He's like, but it was just really scary, like all the time. And I was like, that sounds awful. He's like, it was. And I was like, okay. But apparently they lost power for 2 weeks at one point. That would be too long. Catwalks should tell us a lot. There are other forms of catwalks. Although I do like the idea of my father being a model. He'd be a good one. All right, it's about that time.
Yeah.
For the end of the show. Things that are happening today. Another episode of Pikmin 3 Deluxe is coming at you. And then probably a vlog. Maybe more than one, but we'll go with A. We'll go with A because I at least have another 2018 one done, so I can guarantee that will be out. And we'll see what else happens. And
yeah.
I think that's it. I think it's it. Is your are we looking at a weekend release for you?
The last Saturday is next.
Oh, it's next Saturday. Oh, okay. Mouse made really good progress on her painting, so that's right. That's next Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then the other thing is, tomorrow night, Breath of the Wild, and that'll actually be the last Breath of the Wild stream for the year, right? Yeah. Right? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Because we're not going to be streaming on Christmas. Yeah, it sounds so final. So final. It really does. Yeah, that'll be the last Breath of the Wild stream for the year.
Yeah.
So, look forward to that tomorrow. We are going to be doing a stream on New Year's, but that's not going to be Breath of the Wild. We're still figuring out the specifically what we're going to do for New Year's. We don't know exactly yet. But there's some things that seem more likely than others.
Yeah.
Like one of the things is that people have wanted another Q&A, and we might. There's a high possibility that it will be at least partially a Q&A, because it's been a year since we did that. We had 8 months from Brianna. It says, 8 months. I've been making homemade coasters for my older sister for Christmas using pictures and tiles. My question is, what is your favorite homemade / DIY Christmas gift, either given or received?
I don't know.
When we were dating, I gave you a locket necklace.
Yeah.
And that's hardly DIY, but
yeah.
For someone who does not do DIY, that's about the closest thing I've come to DIY, and that was something that was very meaningful. That's probably my favorite thing I've ever given. But there's there's probably other things I'm not thinking of right now either. I don't know. That's the thing that comes to mind. We've received a lot of really amazing homemade stuff in mail over the years. I can't always remember what came at
Puma
Christmas
Bridal
time or
reminded
not,
me
but...
of making the NES lamp for a meal.
Oh my god, that was cool. That's right.
I forgot I did that.
I forgot you did that too. That was neat. Yeah, that was really cool. Did you end up using... It's just the NES and the controller, right? We didn't end up using the gun.
I did not use the gun, but I did use games.
Yeah. Interesting. Anyway. We also have 13 months from Cork 0017. Says 13 months. Evil clown laugh. Alright, folks. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. I actually think we're probably going to take a short nap. Because it was a long night last night. But we'll take a short nap. And then get back to getting stuff out and done and accomplished. You've been doing really good.
Thank you.
I'm just going to toot your horn for you a little bit because you've actually been doing really well.
What's the opposite of tattling? Complimenting?
I guess, technically yes. I guess complimenting is the opposite of tattling. Praising, yeah. Praising. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey, hope you don't mind if I anti-tattle you for a little bit.
Anytime.
That sounds dirty. I'm moving on. That's it for today. Thank you all. See you tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern for Breath of the Wild. The last one of the year. The last one ever in 2020. Get yourselves ready for a good time.